Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to the Wales campaign for Medieval 2. In the previous episode, we had some good stuff happen and some bad stuff happen. If we start off with the bad stuff, the Scottish have actually started their invasion of my northern lands. They've taken one region already, although we were able to hold them off at Castagnar-upon-Tyne, or Newcastle upon Tyne if you prefer the English translation. But this time they've decided to make sure the job is done. They've sent nearly two full stacks heading towards my little settlement right here, which has a tiny little garrison. I think we were quite lucky last time because some of their unit, half the army consisted of knights, and because they, despite them charging into the castle, I was able to hold them off quite well with spearmen. Hence we could take a few casualties and we were able to push back the rest of them. But this time they mean business. We've got more feudal knights coming in, highlanders, they've got artillery coming in. What we got here?
I'm only here to fight the Yugaloot.
Yugaloot. And they've got feudal knights in that here as well, so this is going to be a tough battle. What we could try and do, in fact, is a couple of things before we move on to other bad stuff. Because another bad thing we've been dealing with, and continuing to do so, is the matter of the plague. Plague has stricken the British Isles, and while it has really affected me, like, let me pop in here, the Newcastle, for example, is actually losing 5% of its population every turn because of the plague. Now, I don't know if the Scots and the other AI factions are suffering the same way as I am. I can only hope that they do, in all honesty. But we can sort that out at least, so they can come here. We've got, I'll tell you what,
Who do you want dead?
Can we kill any of these guys? I mean, how good are you actually as a assassin? You're actually reasonably good. You are a cold killer, a murderer, exquisite blade, it gives you +1, but he's not a good saboteur. That's okay. I want to see about maybe targeting maybe Guile Patrick here.
Name thy
Let's
target,
have a look.
sire.
Don't know anything about your traits, but it's a 33% chance. He is okay, he's got some command. You know what? Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen?
Sir.
Well, he can die, I guess, but someone's going to die this turn. It's either going to be my character or it's going to be his. Let's find out. Ooh. Got him! Perfect. Serves him alright for walking around. And I like the fact that we just had a little animation then of the assassin actually throwing the knife as well. But hey, we managed to assassinate their leader. Now this is actually two good things. One, it gets rid of a general with a higher level of command. It was only 2 stars, but it's still better than nothing else. And now, because they've got a captain, they've actually lost the bodyguard unit as well. So we've actually weakened that army a little bit as well. So well done, Owain. You've actually picked up as well a success. Did you pick up any skills? No. You haven't gone up in rank as well. That's unfortunate. So yeah, we're dealing with the plague right now. It is quite unfortunate because it means that all my settlements are having their population die off. Any garrisons and that I have inside are getting affected and losing people down to attrition. And of course, my characters will have a risk of dying as a result, which is never good. But trying to help out with Scotland, we do have this army marching up. But unfortunately, it's not the most ideal one. You can see he's already taken a little bit of casualties here and there. But it's all we really got right now, so let's continue marching up. Let's have you go into York right now. No, in fact, let's have you continue marching further than York. Because I don't want them suffering from the plague as much as possible. So we'll have you continuing off this way. Now one good thing is that over here in Ireland, we've actually landed a full stack now, led by Iago Mairig. And this is going to work out. We've got a highly experienced troops, lots of heavily armoured Morgannwg spearmen, we've got Saefwyn, we've even got Sherwood archers. Now these are smaller in unit size compared to the Saefwyn, but this is a comparison. Saefwyn, missile attack 6, melee attack slightly better at 7, they're not too bad, are they? We pop onto Sherwood archers, they've got 13. Yes, they've actually got double the missile attack of my Saefwyn, the best archery unit I can recruit. They're also effective against armor, they've got long range, good morale, very good stamina. These guys are going to be good. Now, I landed them here because I was tempted just to go and do something bold and try and attack the Irish capital. And I have to say, looking at this setup, I think the Irish have made a big mistake. Because their main army, which was in the settlement, has actually come out. It's Captain Nicholas here. And let's have a look again.
Head and spit down your neck.
Yes, pretty much all of his troops are vulnerable to missile fire. These javelin men, the Gaelic Lach, even these Gaelic archers, they are vulnerable to missile fire. So not only do we have 4 units of missile troops, but we also got artillery with Wibolts, which are good against infantry, and a mortar to be able to fire at range. Now obviously they do have some troops themselves, but that's really nothing too much for me to worry about. If we can even target them with our own pieces, we can use our infantry, our missile troops, to just slaughter their men at range. What do their reinforcements have?
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
You can try, mate. You can try. So they got some horse boys. Now these guys can be problematic because they're missile cavalry. But again, our troops should be able to kill them if we're good enough. And Ulster swordsmen, again, very vulnerable to missile fire. Captain Trissash,
I'll rip off your head
artillery, and Gaelic archers. Okay, you know what? If we fight this, right, because I have noticed this as well. If we fight them and defeat as many of them as possible, if not kill out all 3 armies, their capital will be very vulnerable. I mean, look at what they've got here. They've got Prince Oscar, their faction heir, and a unit of javelin men. I mean, this will just be easy pickings for me in comparison. And it means we can just continue marching up around here then and not have to worry about dealing with them. It would be a decisive blow taking down Patrick. So that, to me, sounds like a great plan. Now, how much money have I making a turn? I'm just looking to see because I would like to start recruiting another army to try and help out over here with the situation in Scotland. But it's making sure I have enough money to actually maintain it, you know? So what are you here, in fact? You are my artillery pieces. Okay. Let's have you march towards the forts. I'm going to have you guys march over to there.
Sire.
Okay, let's have a look. Can we ask if some more troops to be recruited? I mean, we can recruit a reasonable army, I guess. It's not going to be a big, massive one because it's going to cost a fair bit in terms of upkeep. But I may have to see about doing something about this. Like, over here in Ireland, we do have some forces over here in Athenry, for example, that have taken quite a hit in terms of their numbers, and we do need to replenish them, but unfortunately we're not in a real position to be able to do that. In fact, let me just double check. 51%. Yeah, plague is a big problem right now. Let's try and recruit what we replace what we can, I guess. And although saying that, what's actually here? There's a small little army of...
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
Okay. I'm going to send this army out as well to basically kill off the survivors from this army. And we'll be able to push down south then, hopefully, in a couple of turns once we get some replenishment. But first of all, let's do this.
As you command, my liege.
So let me see. This is a fight to the death with myself. If we don't lose this battle, all the army will be killed. And I'm hoping that's not going to happen. This is an expensive army. Okay, so we've got Captain Nicholas, we've got Captain Magnus, and then with, what is his third army? Horse boys. Okay, that's doable. Captain Trissash, you definitely just got archers and revolt. Okay, if we're lucky as well, what might happen is it because the reinforcement armies are coming into my left while we're facing the main army head on, I might be able to attack some of their reinforcements with things like my cavalry units before they actually get to support the main armies. So we could actually go for a night battle, make it slightly like that, but I'd rather just kill everyone off, and we still outnumber them even with the reinforcements. So it's surprising that the army strength ratio isn't any higher.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
So the plan's going to be this. I've noticed that we got the revolt and the Gaelic archers coming in somewhere, I think, on the left. So what we might be able to do, if that is the case, is to send my cavalry over to the left in order to wipe them out completely. Between my bodyguard, my Taily, and my mailed knights, we should be just fine. The main army will try and attack from range with my missile troops to slaughter as many of them as possible before we engage them in melee. And then finally we've got the reinforcements with the horse boys. We just have to shoot them at range as well. But
a bunch of piss-a-bed, cod-nibbling, rotund, hoof merchants and sheep-worrying gits. I've seen donkeys' assholes with more guts than those tosspots. So, it's time to teach the buggers a lesson in fighting like men, not Nancy Winkle pickers. Are you ready? The fire and brimstone smell from our enemies is not actually them, servants of Satan though they be. They have cannons among their armory in the field. And after all that, Just go and kill those arse-nibbling, merkin-grabbing, loon-faced idiot nun-fondlers, will you?
Those are some truly inspirational words. They really are. Okay. let's have a look at the battlefield. Right. So we're actually just on the side of a hillside here. So it could be a good idea for me to basically run into position here and make it so we can actually shoot down, assuming that the army is going to be deployed around there. If they're in the forest area here, that could be a slight problem, but I think we'll be okay. In fact, can you guys... No, you can't deploy out. This isn't later Total War games, but you can actually deploy troops outside of your deployment zone. Okay, we're going to go what I would say is a fairly standard setup for me, but I'm going to deploy further up on the hill here so we can get it into position and over to there. So you guys can form up here. Do have some Mironov spearmen. You guys can fall up on the flanks to protect, like so. Grand Raiders, you will make the positions over here as well, ready to outflank, like so. With Owen, we're going to put you guys in here, just like usual. Spread you out a little bit, like so. See, in case we're going to have those enemies coming in on this flank, I'm going to put all my cavalry over here just so we can have a solid left hook. Okay, you guys can actually go fairly to the front because you're going to take the longest to get into position. And then finally, archers, we'll put you here as well, just so we can get you moving into position quickly. That should be everyone. Let's start the battle.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
Yep, I'm aware. Okay. So let's move things down a sec. So the enemy is definitely coming onto the field. They do have their horse boys and they're coming in over here, it seems. That's fine. And they've got their other reinforcements coming in from this side, the artillery and that. So that's going to be fine. We can just get the mouse over there. We're going around in circles. So we'll be able to send the cavalry straight down and just eliminate them, basically. The other troops here look like they've been a bit off-put. Like, they've actually deployed most of their force along here, when I'm coming in from this side, and it's a bit of a weird decision for them to do that. If we could actually charge my troops forward, that could work pretty effectively, I think. I mean, they will have to march once to get into position, but we could easily get yeah, let's do this. Okay. So we're going to be prepared to face their front line. So we're going to have some troops coming up to here, say. Alright, we'll actually ask all my troops to 1, just so they can get into position properly. Let's see, you guys can form up. I'll tell you what, actually. Because we've got those horse boys coming in from the flank, and I'm a little bit concerned. You guys can just make a solid square box there. The Grand Raiders, in comparison, can actually come up on this flank then, ready to swoop round. So you guys can run. Okay, archers. I don't normally like doing this. I prefer to actually make sure we sort of, doing it while we're moving, but I can't just slow down the time. I have to basically do it while frozen. So you guys can march into here. With Velman, of course, you can line up behind the spears. Let's bring you up like so. There we go. Okay, and then artillery, we'll just have you guys come into the rear here. Hopefully now, it means I haven't got too far to go. I might actually ask you to come up slightly more on... Yeah, let's ask you to come over here, in fact. Like that. And the Marana Spearmen can move slightly more forward. This way then they can actually shoot down at the enemy without getting hit in return. Okay, and then generals and these guys can turn around then ready to charge down. So let's unpause. Let's get going. If we can get, especially our archers, if we can get the archers into position, we should be able to start making some nice shots in quite far range. In fact, can we make a bit of a risk with this? Let's ask my unit of Taily to go after the artillery on that side. You guys focus on coming out after these then. In fact, you guys come after this side, you come after this side. Okay, it is raining, so in a way the artillery is not going to be as effective, which is going to work out more for me, my favour, than them. Just because their ones are going to be... they've got more artillery. Although, to be fair, they've got javelins. I mean, not javelins. They've got bombards, and they've just got a standard unit catapults. So it's not going to be too big a difference.
Good tidings. The enemy general,
Their general was
lies
dead already.
We've sent the base cur to
Jesus,
hell.
that was fast. Okay.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their... The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and
Okay, let's have you guys charge straight into this unit here. Should be able to kill a fair bit of them.
Pursue and run them down.
Okay, what's happening here? Okay, we did manage to catch up with our unit of archers, but we have routed them off the field, basically. That's fine by me. Alright, they're shooting. It's okay, we're going to take a few hits, but that's alright. Okay, the javelin men have come into here. Okay, let's have you guys focus your fire on the horse boys over here. Alright, you guys focus fire on that javelin unit. Mortar, focus fire on their Galaglach. You guys get over here ready to outflank. General, see. Okay, General, where is that other unit? Mailed Knights. Come up onto this flank ready. You guys need to get out of the way. I didn't realize I just left them there. That was my bad. In fact, let's have you guys charge down this way. We can hopefully just quickly outflank the troops and go after their artillery from the rear net. Okay, so yeah, let's have you guys come over here a second. That's it. My archers are feel free to shoot at whoever you wish. We have basically killed off nearly all their troops. You guys focus over there, please. Okay, you guys can form up on this side. Okay, you guys charge down now and attack their bombards. Okay, now's going to be the time for basically me getting them to charge down and attack them. As much as I would like to be able to just focus on killing them at range, I don't particularly want to run the risk of them running away. So, we may just ask my troops to go down and start dealing some damage. So, Ulster Swordsman, Galaglach, let's see, there's the Javelin. Okay, maybe we can do this. You guys should have a nice charge right now. We should have killed a fair bit of their bombards. We have. I'm going to take a few hits now because of their javelins, but it's okay. We can ask you guys to pull out. Oh, you've retreated. Oh, you sods. Really?
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break
Okay,
the
in
spirit
fact,
of his army.
let's forget to take you guys off skirmish mode. Didn't realize I left you guys on. It's my mistake. Okay, quickly get into position here. Okay, they've routed. That's fine. In fact, General, can we... No, I'm not going to ask them to chase after Missile Calf. That's just a foolish thing to do. Okay, you guys have returned. Fantastic. You can move out of the way of these Galaglach. We don't want them to come over to here. They're starting to shoot down this way. That's fine. Okay, you guys need to shoot at these. Okay. Safe win, let me see. What's a big threat really to my army here? Right, let's ask you guys to come up this way. Alright, let's engage. You guys can come over here. You guys, we can have a nice big charge down towards these units, please. Okay, it's time for my Magonic Spearmen to start making their way into battle. We'll have to just have them charge down, I think. Revelin, let's have you guys charge down as well to help reinforce. We'll have you focusing on the rear enemies, so you can engage whichever ones you basically come into contact with. Okay, you guys can come over here and attack these flanks as well. Like so. We want to make sure you guys stop firing because we don't want you to cause any friendly fire. Don't think you've actually done anything to this.
Battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay, these have retreated. These are starting to
badly
waver.
bloodied. They have
Right,
lost
let's have
half
you
their
guys.
men.
Let's have my general go after this unit of swordsmen. They are shaken. So if we can get them a nice rear charge, we might get a lot of casualties done. Okay, you guys... I need a unit to basically charge into some of the rear here in order to stop them from running away. Because at the moment, they are retreating. They haven't routed as in they've broke, but they
enemy
have
army
run
flees
away.
the field.
Ah, here they
Pursue
go.
and run them down.
Oh no, that's just one of the other armies. Yeah, we've broken that
The
other
enemy
army
are
up there.
badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Okay, so we want you guys to come after this unit. And we want you guys to come after this unit here. Okay, Gwent Raiders, we need you to catch up if you please. Come on. Nice big charge right into the rear here. Broken. Fantastic. Okay, you guys need to finish off this unit for me, please. You guys can come down here and make a nice little charge at this unit. Magnetic Spearmen, chase after this unit. You guys can charge after this one. You guys over here. Revelin. Yeah, basically the army's defeated. We'll be able to... We just need to chase down as many of the survivors as we can, because like I said, I don't want them breaking into... going back towards Downpatrick and becoming part of the garrison. If we can kill as many of them now as we can, that would really help things out for us. Right, so you guys need to come after this unit here.
The enemy general flees like the coward
You need
he
to
is.
charge
Press
into this unit here,
break the
basically
spirit of
break
his
them.
army.
You should be okay.
Behold how our cowardly foe
There we go.
runs.
As they're defeated,
It's time to press
it's
the
time to
attack.
finish them off. So I'm going to start speeding time up a bit. Some of you guys come over here and break that unit. You guys can come after this unit here. You should finish off that unit that you were just chasing down. One man left. Fantastic. You guys go after this one. Right. 18 javelin men left. Okay, let's have... Who are you going after? We don't need you to go after this unit. Let's have you come up here and attack that. See, 4 men, 5 men. Let's have you come after this unit of javelin men instead. We can speed time up even more now. Okay, it wasn't ideal. I was hoping to have caught them up. Right, any more troops left here? That's just the artillery crew. No real threat. I think we can actually safely end the battle.
All of Christendom will be awed
Not bad,
by the
not bad
victory
at
we
all.
have won here today.
So we managed to lose 93 men. Right. They actually killed slightly more, but... No, they didn't actually. Yeah, they killed slightly more, but we managed to heal them up. But for the most part, yeah, 226 casualties by these. So my male knights actually did extremely well. So did my 2 units of Safeward. If we pop onto those shearwood archers, they did not actually do as well as I thought they would. I reckon it's just because, to be fair, my Safeward do outnumber them by nearly over 2 to 1. So I think numbers do make a difference. You know, if 60 people shooting is still a bit of a difference between that and 150. But still, they did okay. Now, we could actually ransom these back for a nice large sum of money, but you know what? We're not going to do that, are
Don't
we?
do it, my lord. You're better than this.
Yeah? You think so? Tough. Okay, so that army's dead. That army's dead. And what about this army? Okay, that one's retreated. That's okay.
Glorious victory is ours, sire.
If I remember right, that was our unit of archers that never really made it onto the
Your will,
battlefield
sire.
before we actually had to fight them. So, let's do
To
this.
battle it is then, sire.
Let's assault
Prepare
straight
to
away.
assault the walls.
Okay.
We lay siege.
Banspar is so much in my favour, I can't really lose this. But I'm a bit concerned. I don't want to have it that all of a sudden it's going to lose just because of the situation. You know what? I'm going to do something cheeky here. I don't like doing this, I'll be honest. But I am going to do an autosave. Because I don't want to have it that's something that I should definitely win with no if, buts, or maybes. I outnumber the enemy over nearly 10 to 1, and my troops are a lot superior than what they've got here. So let's do this. Okay, that's okay. I can live with that. 175 losses. I mean, we were attacking a massive settlement with towers and stuff like that. So to be fair, I can live with that.
Glorious
There we go.
victory is ours, sire.
Now the question is, what do I
As
want to
you
do?
commanded, sire, these lands are now yours.
If I just occupy it, I mean, I can't see what they've actually got here. That's unfortunate. I know they've got some quite decent levels here, but we could do with the money. That would be better. Yeah, let's sack it. Okay, that's fine. We can ask them for these to be repaired. We'll shift that just so we can have a little bit more extra loyalty. And we should still have a lot of the higher tier units here. So yeah, we can get docklands. Okay. Let's see, ballista towers, militia barracks. What the? Magnoin? Who are these guys? We can get 2 of them in max. You know what? Let's ask for one to be built. It's going to take 6 turns, but I am really curious to find out what this Magnoin is. Not encountered them before. It's a shame it's not like the later Total Wars where you can have like the encyclopedia so we can actually have a look to see what that actually is. Oh well. Okay, so we've now managed to take down Patrick. That's going to be a huge crush to the enemy. Right, Iago the Cuckoid. Let's have you go after Captain Griffin here.
Sire, we shall
Can we defeat them?
Glory,
Yeah, we'll
honor,
do. Oh wow!
victory.
I just said,
As you
I thought we would
command, my
actually
liege.
do a lot better than that. Jesus.
Honorable, glorious victory.
Okay, let's have you guys come
With
start marching
honor,
down here
sire.
this way now.
We shall continue.
We do have this
tomorrow.
large army,
will be no
Connor and
son
Madden,
dying
coming towards our
upon
way.
my claim.
I mean, if I remember right, this should be the army that actually went after us in Cork down here. So this is nothing more than really survivors from the army that it looks like they might not have had much of a chance to get replenishment done.
My
You
king.
guys, let's have you come
you
and
wish, sire.
defeat this army if
The
we
day
can.
is ours, sire. My lord.
Let's just kill them off.
The war then, sire.
43, that's something I can
The
live
day
with.
is ours, sire. Sire.
Alright, put you back in. Okay, so we need to retrain a bunch of them. We can't do the billmen, but everyone else we might be able to do. So let's ask for you, free first of all, then you free next, and see what happens. Trait increase, Iago Maverick has become a better commander, and Prince Iago has actually become a winning first and increased his dread. Okay, that's pretty decent. I'm happy with the results so far. So, what else can we do? We do have a fair few units here, which could be beneficial if I actually get them to do something. The only problem is because we have such an issue at the moment with the plague that we actually are losing a fair few men each time, just because we haven't, because they're just sitting around and they're actually taking an attrition because of it. So I'll tell you what, let's try and get you guys more back up to full strength again. But I have to remember, every time that they're basically done, I want to make it so they actually leave. Maybe go to the fort here, because these guys should be fine. We can actually swap them around or something.
Orders.
You are making the march up. We're just going to ask you to stay in the fort. It's not really anything useful we can actually recruit mercenary-wise. Okay. Where was it I was looking for? Here. We do have a spy. I'll tell you what, let's ask you to come down here. We can have a situation look what's going on in Tipperary. I mean, Tipperary's got a fair few units in the garrison, but they are pretty weak. I mean, some of them only got 3 men, for example. 23, 36. Okay. Potential. Okay, we don't actually need the... I must have sent my fleet in order to try and blockade the port. But obviously we don't need to do that anymore because I've taken the settlement. But hey, it's one of those things. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to think. I remember seeing, was it yesterday or the day before? They brought out one of the first trailers for Total War 3 Kingdoms. looks pretty interesting, I must say. I do hope that they sharpen things up a little bit, because, I mean, obviously it's just a trailer, it's still early thing. If it's based on the Attila system, it should look better than it actually does. Or at the moment, it should do. But I'm looking forward to it. It'd be definitely something I want to buy and play. It's an area of history I've not really covered before. Like, I'm quite familiar with things like the Dark Ages and that from Attila and things like that. But the Three Kingdoms is not really something I've looked into in any major detail. Though, saying that, I do enjoy sort of world cinema from that time. I'm a big fan of like martial art movies, especially if they're from, you know, areas like China and that.
The enemy has surrounded us.
So it's definitely an area I want to look into more before the upcoming Total War. I'm probably not going to do the extent of someone like Surreal Beliefs who enjoys reading Wikipedia entries when it comes to things. No, nothing wrong with that. It's his way. I don't mind. It's just, you can tell that it's been written down. But that's his thing. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So, and I hope you guys are as well. If you haven't checked it out already, it's up on the Total War channel here on YouTube. You can go and have a look. Let me know what you think. Is it something you're looking forward to seeing? Or playing yourselves? Is it just something you're going to give a miss? Then let me know in the comments. It's always great to hear from you guys, as you know. Right. Now, Scotland's the one I was a little bit concerned about here. I was wondering what they were going to be doing. They've actually sent their army back. Maybe the fact that I assassinated one of their family members has shown, like, if you come any closer, some bad stuff's going to happen to you. Lisa seems to have pushed this one off. Okay, you're going back to that settlement over there. That's okay. Let's do it. Fine. You can do that if you wish. Okay, let's just check out these notifications quickly, and then I'm going to check out one or two other things, and we're going to end the episode, I think. So let's have a look. Trim is actually under siege. That's fine. They've got this tiny little army here, and we've actually got Iago here. So let's just have you come and lift the siege.
Sire, we shall engage.
Nice, clean victory. We did take a few hits, but that's fine. You can pop in here, and we can ask them to be retrained. So you guys can be retrained. You guys can. Hopefully, this is actually going to retrain them, and not just ask them to get and give them better armor. Let me just double check. Yeah, we can actually get Morgana Experiment in the settlement. That's fine. Okay, so we've done that. God bless us, the cursed plague has struck with good folk perishing within a short while of contracting the vile malaise. If this is divine punishment, as some say, then the people must have sinned terribly. So look at this massive list of settlements. I mean, this is not all my settlements, I think. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 settlements. That's still a fair few, if that's not all of them. All my characters have been affected in some way. We've lost 10,000 people from the plague and 541 of my soldiers. Great. Scotland's now the winning faction military-wise. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Morvan Kevrin. Remember, Morvan's a boy's name, so we've got a new male member of the family. You've been prepared these. You've been trained. You've become better as a command. You've become fierce in battle as well. Okay. +1 dread, +1 morale for all troops on the battlefield, +1 command when attacking, but less when defending. Good to know. He feels respected as well. And he's picked up a veteran warrior. +1 command when commanding infantry, and +1 to personal security. Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to be ending today's episode here, I think. It will be a good point as any. So we've managed to take the Irish capital, which is fantastic news. It's pushing them on the off foot now, especially since I was imagining that would be making them the most money out of all these settlements. We should be able to start pushing forward once we get some troops put into Downpatrick as a garrison to start taking these other settlements around the map. These citadels are going to be a tough one to crack, but I think we should be able to do that, especially if we can go after their towns and basically starve them money along the way. We've also got the situation down here. We do need to march down here at some point to retake Cork and go after Tipperary, but all stuff to do then. But until the next episode, thank you very much for watching, and shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.